What we want to share is how 3 companies teamed up in a way to make it possible for people that came from conflict areas around the world and gave them the opportunity to restart their career in the Salesforce ecosystem in the Netherlands. These 3 companies combined, we will tell quickly who they are, what they do. So from Blue Road, I would welcome Caspar. You share your story. From Salesforce, Erwin is here present. He will share his story, how they helped train and educate the people. Then Tiazan, as the person actually went over this complete journey and ending up with a Cloudteam company. And I'm representing Cloudteam company, consultancy firm that onboarded Tiazan. So hopefully it's what we pulled together as 3 companies and the emphasis that we put in it. We showed that actually it really works, and hopefully it will inspire more of you to think of this way of growing your company and adding real great people to your organization. We have shown it. You can do it, or we can do it, so you can do it. Let's give the floor to you, Gaspar. Then you can explain a bit more about Blue Road.
Great. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Gaspar Rodriguez. I am the co-founder and director of Blue Road Academy. My background is in Salesforce consulting. I did that for about 13 years in the ecosystem. I was one of those accidental admins who didn't know what Salesforce was until I got my hands on it. And then I haven't stopped using it ever since. So that's taken me to lots of different countries, lots of different projects, implementations, and finally ended up in the Netherlands as a Salesforce consultant. And along the way, I think I realized that the power of Salesforce is amazing. The community is amazing. The product itself, of course, is amazing. But there's a lot of difficulties that it can solve that maybe it's not looking at, right? So there's a lot of social issues, of real world problems that Salesforce can solve. So I started thinking about it a little bit more, thinking about, okay, how can we use Salesforce for good or for a purpose, right? So I took my experience and got together with 2 other co-founders to look at how we can start an organization that's solving an issue here at home, right? So on the one hand, you have thousands of underemployed, unemployed newcomers, and they were struggling to have the right skills to really reach the labor market, to transfer their skills, transfer their experience into the labor market, to build a network, to know people, to make that connection with the market. And on the other hand, you had Salesforce, who's a growing platform, growing in the Netherlands, growing really quickly. Lots of talent was needed, and then we said, okay, these worlds are clearly not talking to each other, so let's build a bridge. And that's how we started as Refugee Force originally, but now as Blue Road Academy. So that was the original idea. We were founded in Amsterdam in 2018. We had our first program in 2019. And then we've been rapidly growing ever since. So as part of our program, we have 3 pillars. So one pillar is the technical skills. So we spend about 100 hours in the classroom doing Salesforce training. So getting from 0 to hero in the Salesforce terminology, and going into the platform, learning the admin curriculum, basically, learning a bit of consulting skills, a bit of teamwork. We do everything in the classroom. Then the second pillar is the mentorship. So that's what we're going to talk about later today as well. It's really important. It's not just the skills, but it's also having people around you who can guide you, who can support you, who can answer all these questions for you around, what is the Salesforce ecosystem? How does it all work? Right? Because it's quite a big world. So having that guidance and having that person to talk with is a really successful part of our program. And then the third pillar is the community itself. So you can get jobs through just having the skills or just having a mentor introduce you, but you have a higher chance of getting a job if you know more people, right? So if you've connected with other Salesforce professionals, companies, if you've gone to meetups, if you've gone to conferences, we really believe in growing your network as part of our program. So those are the 3 pillars that we offer, and we've so far have had 275 alumni going through our programs. This has been in the Netherlands, in Germany, in London, also Copenhagen and Stockholm. We had a couple of pilot programs there. So we're also working outside of the Netherlands. And we've matched around 222 mentors with our participants. So the mentorship program has been around since the very beginning. We've worked really hard to find, especially Salesforce employees who can mentor our participants. We focus a lot on job creation, which is what Gertjan will probably talk about as well. We have partnerships with local companies, so Salesforce customers, Salesforce partners. They basically sponsor the program and then hire the alumni once the program is over. So the job creation part is a huge goal of ours. It's not just training. And then, of course, we have a lot of alumni who have achieved Salesforce certifications, who have kept learning, kept growing. And we see that, they just, once they start working at an employer, they kind of hit the ground running and continue on their Salesforce path. So, that's a bit about what we do. And happy to hand it back over to Gertjan.
Thank you very much, Gaspar, for your introduction. And great to see all the numbers that you have achieved so far from Blue Road Academy. So yes, I would like then to hand over the word to Aaron. So Aaron is a very important player from Salesforce and connecting to Blue Road to help the participants in your academy to really achieve their certifications at the end. So Aaron, please explain how you and Salesforce is involved in this.
Yeah, thank you for that. So my name is Erwin. I work for Salesforce out of the Netherlands, and at Salesforce we have a strong value of giving back to our community. That is something you've really been driven to do, and also which I really liked what I also did at my previous employer. But Salesforce gives you the room and the space and the time to really contribute to these communities. And as Gaspar pointed out, there's a high demand on Salesforce skills in our ecosystem. And I came across Blue Road Academy in March 2020, and I volunteered to become a mentor in the program. And I was a mentor in a different program before, where we kind of engaged with people that dropped out of school, and you were trying to get them on a job or get them back into the society again. So I was a little bit hesitating on going in there, because that was for me a different side, where I had to bring these people, let's say, back into the community, and I wasn't successful in that. So I was kind of hesitating, am I going to do this? Can I really do this? So I can imagine also people on the call that you think, can I do this? Can I be this mentor? And I think everyone can, because the first mentee I got was a lady from Syria, and she went through the whole program. I coached her a lot on her skills on taking interviews, on how the world in the Netherlands works. So we have this world of where people within business are connected. I mean, the LinkedIn concept, is something that some of them don't even know. And through knowing people and through communicating, connecting to people, you often get yourself a job. That's where we spent quite some time on. And the interesting part was she got Salesforce certified, but she never ended up in a Salesforce job because she got scouted by a KPMG program for talents, which she got into, and she even ended up, not doing Salesforce. That's perfectly fine, because in the end, she found herself a place where she could contribute to the community and have a good job that fits her profile. And along the way, I got more mentees. I have 5 in total now. Which of them was one of them was Teazen. And the first time I spoke to him, I saw the eagerness, the strong analytical and technical skills, the way he makes contact to people in a very natural way. I was like, that's a person you'd like to get in front of customers. Communicating skills well, technical skills well, a good foundation. So that was for me, someone to see I could grow, fast and relatively easy, and that would easily contribute to what our customers are looking for. So then what I like about this program of Blue Road, and that's the other side, is that you get insights into people's lives and where they come from and how they got to the Netherlands. And sometimes I hear, my colleagues complaining about all sort of things that are wrong in the Netherlands or wrong in our company. And the interesting of this program is it makes you also see the other side. And we take for granted that we live in a democracy. We take for granted that we have this freedom to speak up. But that's not always the case from the country that these people come from. So it also gives you a different insight in what does go well in this country, and how happy we can be with the freedom that we have, and the freedom to speak up and to choose the religion that you think fits best to your own profile. But that's a different perspective into this formal. It's not, but the formal side of the program is that you really get insights into these people on which you can learn a lot. And as you can see on the picture, it even builds you a kind of friendship. We have this yearly barbecue now with this small community that you see people coming into more and more. And these people also start to mentor each other. So the mentorship is not only about becoming the Salesforce consultant, but it also has different sides where maybe I can contribute, but they can contribute to each other as well. It's about tax declaration. It's about getting a driver's license. It's about the phenomenon of carnival in 's-Hertogenbosch. All small things that you think, oh, but how does this work in this country? What are the festivities? What are important singers? What to do in Amsterdam or wherever you go? So there's much more to this than only just the formal program. And what I also try to do is connect people. So I learned that I don't have to do this all alone, but I also have people in my network. I have, for example, a lady that is a career coach. I have someone who is a mental coach that I used in my career, but they now step in, to help me with the people from Blue Road, to coach them when needed. So when it gets, above my level of what I can do, but I see those people are in need, you can also connect them to other people and they help you. So it also gives you a good connection to other people in your network that makes it all much stronger. But I also see that the people that I work with, the mentees, also have specific skills that they can scale upon. For example, one of my mentees, she picked up the Salesforce Saturday in 's-Hertogenbosch. So now she's now certified. So now she helps other people that are coming from Blue Road, and we had 15 people in the last Salesforce Saturday. So on a Saturday morning, she helps people on how to become certified. How she took her path, what she learned, what kind of testing exams she did, on how she can bring those people further. So what you see is that it starts to scale over the team, and I think that's what we want to achieve, right? We can't do this all alone, but you can see people that have been through this program. They know what other people go through, and this way we can really scale. So my call to action is really become that mentor, even if you have kind of a fear, can I do this? Just, step into your own strength, connect to other people that have different strengths, and that's the way to go forward. So I will really encourage you, all the people that are listening, is to go to the Blue Road Academy website and volunteer to become this mentor, because this will definitely, enrich your life. It will give you different perspectives on life, but also it might even, bring you new friendships. And I think that's the best thing you can get out of this.
Okay. Thank you, Erwin, for your contribution and also for the call to action. Brings us back to or down to the storyline of Tiazan. All the way coming from Yemen in the past. And I think you have seen now multiple countries and cultures. So I'm really looking forward to your story to tell. So
Thank you, Jasper, for having me, and thank you, sorry, Fatien, and thank you, Jasper and Erwin, for your information of how you both help reshaping people's career. So a little bit introduction about myself. So my name is Diazen, and I come from Yemen, and I am a Salesforce consultant at the Cloudteam company. So prior to that, I did work actually as a project engineer in the energy sector. I did work since 2012 until 2015. And during that time, I found my passion for designing processes and designing technical solutions. And it was more about reviewing and designing things. So that was the time when I discovered that. And while I was working the project, so we didn't have the chance to finish it because just of the war in Yemen. So 2015, that thing happened, and I had to take myself and leave the country. So I went back to Malaysia to pursue my studies, where I did my master's of engineering management from the University of Putra, Malaysia, and it was one of the top 200 universities globally. And because of that, I got the chance to come to the Netherlands as an expert, but then it turned out into another story. So my journey in the Netherlands started in July 2021. In the early days, I was constantly searching for different what about the country, about the opportunities, about a new region. So I'm gonna explore everything about around me. So I was lucky to come across Blue Road Academy by social media. Somebody posted something on the training about training they provide in the WhatsApp. So I was like, I didn't take a second to look at it and just apply. So 2 months after that, I got accepted into the Blue Road Academy program, which is a Salesforce training. I didn't know what is. I didn't have any clue what is Salesforce, to be honest. I was I was just more about, all I know about was about SAP, and what that was actually my interest when I discovered designing, my passion for designing a solution. So I was like interested in SAP. But then when I got to know about this mentorship, about this program, I was like, okay, let me join, see what is Salesforce, and explore it. So I went online to search more about what they provide, and I was very fascinated about the work they do and their aim. So I joined them, and I was lucky to and privileged to get accepted into the program in September 2021. It was like an 8 weeks program that we had, like, as he mentioned, more than an hour, more than 100 hours training program. There was different mentors, different instructors from different companies who volunteered to be involved in the training. It was a fantastic one. Very good mentors, very good trainers, a very good bunch of people who was passionate to engage into the Salesforce ecosystem and work hard to get into the ecosystem. So we finished in 2000, I think November 2021, and that was followed actually also with a mentorship. 3 months mentorship was also involved, provided by Blue Road Academy, and that involved different mentors outside of the Blue Road Academy. So basically, like people from Salesforce who are working with the Salesforce ecosystem. So I was matched with a fantastic architect from Salesforce from Morocco who helped me a lot during my studies for the Salesforce exam and the mentorship for the interviews and reaching out to people. And then I started to create my own reach out, and I came across Erwin. So it was a very nice coincidence. I was lucky to get to know him through my networking. So I started to build my own network. I got to know Erwin. We had like an interviews, and I saw the guy was really believing in me than I believe in myself. So he was very proud of me. Very new in Holland, very new in the Netherlands, already certified, working hard to get to land a job in the Salesforce ecosystem, and also it was an easy decision to shift my career from engineering into the CRM. So of course, with the Erwin help, so I was able to post my skills into the interview process, searching for the job, the networking, how to find companies, what are the companies. We don't know much about what are the companies we should apply for, right? We know the job, but we don't know which companies do use Salesforce. So I was able to throw him to get to know more companies, the way to apply, how to do the training, how to do the interviews, and then I was in touch with two different companies. I think one of them was Cloudteam company, and we had the interviews in 2 weeks. 2 weeks we had like 3 interviews, a presentation, and offer. That was a very short period, and I'm very happy for that. So the recruiting process wasn't difficult, and to be honest, my biggest challenge was that the company's acceptance for newcomers, because they don't know their background, so they are quite skeptical to whether to accept you or not. So I'm very happy that wasn't the case in my recruitment with the Cloudteam company. So now I'm already like since more than a year and a half with the Cloudteam company. I'm still working, and I'm very, very happy with it. And yeah, thank you. That's more about my short story from 2 years ago.
Well, thank you, Theozan, for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Will lead me to the final slide about then the Cloudteam company, because it's where, let's say, two or multiple lines came together. So when we started Cloudteam company, from the start in 2015, we had the idea and the passion to do more than just becoming a Certinia former financial force implementation specialist. We wanted to bring all that energy and power together to do more than that, and also to really connect to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. So that we could do more than just implement and help clients. And one of those things was in the past that we helped, for instance, building bikes for Africa. So we did multiple things in the past. And the other thing that we came across was with Blue Road Academy. We thought, okay, this is a very nice opportunity to see if we could help people from those very nasty conflict areas to restart their careers in the Netherlands. And also because we found interviewing a lot of people that, and obviously you had a career in your home country, like you had with your engineering background and your love for processes. And yeah, that is, it triggered us at that time, and it's still triggering us, and that there are so many people out there with so many talents and skill sets and competencies that we can use right away for our clients. So in that sense, it's really like a win-win agreement. But it also takes a bit of, I would say, some boldness, right? To actually believe that this can work. And that was also not for us, not a new element. We started a company, and with the war on talent, it's very difficult to find really good people. But if you look outside of the Netherlands, and that's what we did from the start, you see there are so many good people out there. So already in the company, we had 11 nationalities. So we recruited people from South Africa to India, Pakistan to Colombia. So kind of across the world, more or less by accident, but so nice to see so many cultures working together. So then linking up and syncing up with Blue Road Academy, and then having a conversation with Tiazan from Yemen was not that far off. So it is for us really one of those things that we wanted to contribute and are now contributing. It is helping us in our ambition to add value to the Sustainable Development Goals, but also to, let's say, to inspire hopefully more companies that this really works, and it is it's not difficult. It is really much more just do it, try it, and we also, in that sense, have a culture built up that we try a lot, and not always and everything works out. So also sometimes you onboarded people that eventually did not really work out because of a skill set that was differently or an expectation differently from both sides. And it doesn't matter if you are very open and honest up front, and you give it the option, you give it the chance, and then you can always, let's say, come back to that point. And with the case of Tiazan, it really worked out. So really nice to see how you propelled your career. And I would say based on the three companies working together with Salesforce, with Blue Road Academy, and eventually with Cloudteam, and at the end also our customers that they believe in you, Tiazan, and really want to work with you. So I think this is a good closure for the short webinar. And again, if there's any questions from companies that feel like, okay, wow, yeah, this is really interesting to get a couple of people then working for us from Blue Road, feel free to ask those questions to any one of us. So thanks again, Tiazan. Thanks again, Gaspar. Thanks again, Erwin. And hopefully for a next webinar in the coming months. Enjoy your weekend, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.